What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Torrent, a podcast giving you discussions on music, movies, TV, and video games. I'm your host, Nick, and I'm joined, as always, by Alan and Matt. What's up, guys?
Dude, Red Dead Redemption 2 is so good. I got it over the weekend, and it's so much fun.
We told you.
You guys were totally right.
I'm just very grateful you finally have it now.
Do you almost wish you would have pre-ordered so you had a little bit more time to play this game?
No, because that was a nice try to trap me there. No, because I still don't support pre-ordering, but yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have hated it to have another day to play it, but I'm so glad that I waited. So
yeah, and I think it's going to get even better once multiplayer comes out and we can ride together and rob some trains together and all that stuff. It's gonna be so
last with some people. And shit. Oh, I can't wait.
I know.
When that happens, I'm nervous about my life. I'm nervous about my social life because pretty much everyone that I'm friends with on PlayStation has it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pop in and be like, this person's playing. I guess I'm gonna do that. Or like, Cece's gonna be over and I'll be like, let's watch a movie. And I'll be like, yeah, let's go turn on the PlayStation. I'll be like,
let's watch this cool Western movie.
Yeah. And I'll just be like hiding the controller like underneath, be like, whoa, that shit's crazy, right? Oh my gosh, this is so intense. Matt, you're sweating a lot. Yeah, I just get really into this. Very excited for that.
Yeah, I can't wait for the multiplayer to come out. Has there been any news of it or not yet?
I'm actually looking right now, and they're still not. They're not. I mean, they said the beta was going to come out November.
Yeah.
I mean, we're halfway through November, a little bit more.
Right. We haven't heard anything. That means they're probably a little bit behind. So.
Which, you know what though, that's fine because I am surprisingly still into the single player. And I think it's great, so I'm actually okay with that. And we got Call of Duty now. Like I'm not really in a rush because I want them to get it right.
I was just gonna say I think we got plenty to play right now, to keep us busy, and I think they can wait a little bit. And then they can release it in a time where there's a little bit of a lull. There's not much going on in the gaming world, and then they'll be the talk of the town once the online comes out. So,
are there any games you guys are looking to ask for Christmas or anything? Because look, I was planning to ask for the new Smash Bros Ultimate.
Yeah, I definitely think I'm going to try to pick up a Switch on Black Friday.
Ooh.
And if that's the case, then I definitely want to get some Mario Tennis or some Golf Story, and play a ton of those.
Yeah, those would be awesome. I highly recommend those, so for sure.
Can you play Golf Story multiplayer, Alan, or is it a single player campaign?
It's just single player. It's strictly single player.
Would you be into if they released Mario Golf, like a Switch Mario Golf? Would you be into that?
Hell yeah, dude. That'd be sick. I love Mario Golf. That'd be awesome.
And I bet you they'll do an online multiplayer where you can play other people, so we would definitely be playing golf all the time.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, let's get into some news here. You guys ready?
So ready.
Let's do it.
This is the weekly download. Our first news story, a new trailer dropped for Aquaman, the upcoming DC movie. That actually comes out really soon. I think it comes out next month, sometime in December. Early review, I think the critics have seen the movie and they're not allowed to talk about it. Just like tweet something really vague on social media. That's about the only thing they can talk about. That's the only thing they can do on social media until the embargo lifts. But we got a new trailer. We got some early reactions that seem, from what I can gather, fairly positive. And then we got that, like I said, we got that new trailer. So what did you guys think of the new Aquaman trailer?
Okay, so when we first talked about the Aquaman trailer that first came out, we were like, it looks super crazy. It looks intense.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it. Now I look at this and I'm nervous that it's going to be too crazy. And when I say that, I mean I'm nervous that the storyline is going to be so predictable and over the top, and it's going to be like two extremes. Like when we first saw them like riding crocodiles and like whales and having lasers and stuff like that, we were like, this is insane. That looks so crazy. Now I'm nervous if it's going to be too crazy and too predictable, and it's not going to be good on either of those fronts, and it might suck. I hope not, but it kind of looked. It looked kind of ridiculous, and I don't know. I just really into it.
Yeah, I think you kind of nailed it. The more I watched this trailer, I was like, man, this seems like it's going to be a very predictable plotline. Like, get introduced to a new superhero. Bad guy comes in. Superhero's got to find some, item to defeat the bad dude, and then kick his ass, and then that's it. Like, is there going to be character growth? Like, are we going to see this guy go through some struggles? Like, is there going to be anything that kind of gives it some edge? I don't know.
I don't know.
I have to disagree with you guys. I mean, I think you're giving it. I think you're giving it. You're being too critical. I think every superhero movie that comes out is like predictable. Like you can pretty much plot the arc for each character. True. So I think this movie looks fucking awesome. Like it looks banana pants crazy with all these creatures in the ocean. Like we haven't seen that kind of thing. I mean, we haven't seen guys riding seahorses that are armored and giant sea creatures battling each other in this regard, in like this way. I think the CG still looks a little lacking to me in some.
That's what I thought.
In some parts, but I think overall, conceptually, I think this movie seems very creative and unlike. And it seems like there's a lot of lore and history that kind of is with it. So I'm interested. I'm in. I'm definitely going to go see this in the theater. This looks like a fun movie to me.
Okay, I will give. I mean, that makes sense. The predictable thing totally makes sense. Now that I think about it, like every superhero movie is like, oh, normal ass dude, something crazy happens to him.
Like obviously they're not gonna die. They're not gonna get seriously injured in the first movie. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna come back. You know what I mean? Like
I just think back to like Black Panther, where for the first time I think ever in a superhero movie, I was kind of like, yeah, this action is awesome and really great, but now I want to hear what happens next to this story situation.
Mm-hmm.
I've never thought about that, and so that's kind of like the gold standard of stories for me. Where I'm just kind of like, wow, this is actually really interesting and sort of timely, and I don't think this is going to have any of that. But I love action.
But even still,
movies,
from a higher level, I mean, it's a superhero origin story essentially. So like, you knew he's going to get the throne back at the end, right? So from that perspective, it was just as predictable as you guys are saying Aquaman's going to be.
Yeah, I guess. I feel like the story's going to be a little more linear, and I don't know. Maybe it's just me not trusting DC too much to make it interesting.
That's
I don't know.
Fair point. I mean, you have the right to be concerned when it comes to the DC movies.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Were you guys big fans of Breaking Bad?
Sort of. I actually didn't finish it though. I just kind of got a little bored towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
Which, now that I think about it, I'm kind of surprised because I really remember really liking it.
I loved it. I watched every single season. I loved every episode. I loved the story start to finish. So I was a big Breaking Bad fan.
Wow. Okay. I think this was like one of the first shows that I think everyone like pretty much loves. I had a hard time with the show. I think it's because I really did like any of the characters on the show. And so I had a hard time connecting with somebody, and I just found myself kind of hate watching it. Plus, just parts of the show just really didn't. I guess maybe I didn't understand the show the way some people do, but I just thought it was okay. I thought there were some very, very good episodes, and I really liked the Hank. His brother-in-law, I think it's Hank or something like that. Discovering, discovering who Walt is. Like once that storyline kind of kicked in and he kind of gets it, that had me really wrapped up in it. But other than that, I thought it was okay. But anyway, the reason why I bring it up is they are going to make a movie about Jesse after the end of the show. So it takes place after the TV series. What do you guys think of them making a Breaking Bad movie?
I'm excited for it. I think Jesse was actually one of my favorite characters in the show, which I don't know if that's a popular opinion or not, but I feel like he just had a lot of depth to him, and he kept fucking up, and then he kept figuring it out, and then something else would go wrong, and some of it was caused by him, and some of it was caused by stuff that he couldn't control. But he always had a very interesting dynamic in the show. So I'd probably watch. I'd probably see the movie. So
yeah, I'd probably watch. I guess I'd watch it. I don't know.
Yeah, that means you won't. You definitely will.
Yeah, no, I don't watch movies very often. I probably wouldn't watch this, but I'd be interested in hearing how it was. How about that?
All right, that's fair.
He wants the cliff notes. That's all.
Yeah. Just give you a synopsis.
All right. Next here, guys, I got to go see Bohemian Rhapsody.
Ooh.
The Queen Biopic movie, and I just want to give my little review and kind of talk about the movie with you guys. So first off, I was always a Queen. I was a Queen fan before. I liked a lot of their songs. I didn't know their entire discography, but I appreciated them as a band and what they did. But I didn't know too much about who they were. And while this movie had some, I think, historical inaccuracies, which, again, here comes the internet people, super fans of Queen and the internet have been kind of really ragging on this movie, saying, like, there's a lot of historical inaccuracies, like, oh, it didn't quite happen like this. It didn't happen exactly like this. I did think the movie did a very good job of depicting who these people were, the journey they went through, and who they were, like what they stood for as a band. And I walked away with a brand new appreciation for Queen. I mean, you know, Alan, all these guys are in the band, except for Freddie Mercury, of course, were like engineering students. Like one guy was a dentist, the one guy was a mechanical engineer, one guy was an electrical engineer, and it was just really cool to see like just a bunch of regular dudes in England, like just have a lot of musical talent, and then be like become one of the biggest bands ever. And I thought that was so cool. And these guys, and most of these guys, you know, they're rock stars, of course, but a lot of these people in Queen, they just seem like normal dudes who just happen to be like really clever and really want to push the boundaries when it comes to music. And I just walked away with a huge appreciation for Queen. And I thought it was a good movie. I thought the way they represented Freddie Mercury was done very well without getting too grim, too serious. I thought they kept it accessible for a lot of audiences. Now, some people have a problem with that. Other people don't. But I thought it was done fairly well. And, yeah, you want to listen to Queen Greatest Hits after you watch this movie. So I had a great time at the theater.
Now, is it completely a documentary, or is it a mix of, like, almost like a concert that you're watching? Like, do they do whole entire songs in the documentary? Are you watching...
So it's a biopic or a biopic, however people say it these days. So it's like a normal movie, similar to Straight Outta Compton.
Okay, gotcha.
It's like narrative nonfiction.
Yes, narrative nonfiction. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so you do see some musical performances. They play through the entire Live Aid, like one of their most famous shows. Pretty much, and you see, I'm trying to think, and you see some other musical performances along the way. But another thing I thought was really cool was they do a good job of explaining how each of the songs kind of came to be, whether it's We Will Rock You, another one Bites the Dust, Bohemian Rhapsody, obviously. They kind of touch on, you know, what led up to them creating those songs, and I thought it was really good. It was a fun movie. It was an interesting movie. And I would probably give this a solid 4 out of 5. I would definitely watch this again. It's highly entertaining, especially for music fans. I think this is a good one for people who are just fans of music in general, music production, music, just music in general. Yeah, it was cool.
Would you recommend seeing it in theaters? Or would you recommend waiting for it to come out?
Depends how much you like Queen and what kind of sound system you got at home.
Oh, sure.
If you really like Queen, go to the movie and see this. If you can be like, yeah, I could probably wait. Just wait till it comes out in video at home or on Netflix, something like that. Watch it, crank it up at home, and yeah. Cool. I wouldn't say you need to go to the theater, but I would definitely see you need to see it. 4 out of 5 bottles of mead for me.
Nice,
sweet.
Okay, moving on to some video games here. PlayStation pulls out of E3. What's up with that?
Yeah, I think this is something that we're starting to see more and more often now with these big name video game producers. You know, Nintendo Switch is kind of doing their Nintendo Direct now. Mm-hmm. I think there might be like one other one that kind of Blizzard's kind of doing their own thing now with, you know, their BlizzCon announcements and all that too. So I think it's just, you know, these big names trying to just do their own thing so that they have this whole event around their brand.
Yeah.
And so it kind of sucks. You know, E3 was always really cool and a lot of stuff got announced there. It's become a little bit more of a, I don't know, more of a political venue, I think, now than anything, where it's more controlled by the big names and you don't really see as much of the small name companies releasing their stuff or hearing about it as much.
Okay.
But it's still pretty cool. It's still neat for the gaming community, but think PlayStation's just we'll probably hear an announcement soon that they're kind of doing their own thing and they're going to have their own announcements on their own terms. So
I heard that there's not a lot of. So last year at E3 they focused only on like 4 big games or something like that. And then this year they don't have a lot of big IPs or anything like that coming out. So people are like speculating that's because the PS5 is going to be announced soon, and information has been leaked, leak/predicted that by like 2020 they're going to have the PS5 out. So there's that.
I don't know if I'm ready to buy a PS5 yet.
Yeah, I got a couple years.
I know.
I agree. I agree with you. I don't know. I think PS4 is doing great so far. I like it.
Yeah. The only thing I kind of want to get a PS Pro, to be honest with you. I want to utilize my 4K TV a little bit more, because I don't really have anything to watch that's actual 4K. But other than that, I'm happy with what I got. I don't think I need a new console yet. It's a little too early for me.
Well, we'll see what the features are. Maybe they'll have some cool VR integration or something like that.
That would be cool.
They'll shock the world.
Yeah. Do you think anybody will pick up on like the Switch mobile kind of aspect of it? Like you can still play your PlayStation like a handheld thing? Do you think that?
Maybe.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Play it at work.
Play it at work.
That's the dream, right?
Yeah.
Play it in the bathroom at your girlfriend's house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just 5 more minutes.
You've been up there for a while. Yeah, I just got a really bad stomachache. It's probably gonna be another 30 minutes.
All right. Pokemon Let's Go came out, I think, to some mixed reviews from what I've seen so far. What do you guys think of the more accessible Pokemon? Essentially a rehash of the original Pokemon game with the original 150 Pokemon. Essentially another version of that on Switch with some new mechanics and co-op mode. What do you guys think about this?
Go.
Your silence is dead.
I agree with the vibe the silence that we just had gives, because I'm kind of like, again, another one. I sometimes like remasters and stuff like that, like the Shadow of Colossus remaster is one I would be interested in picking up. But other than that, I mean, do we really need this again? Co-op mode is cool, but like, I don't know. I'm over it. I don't have a Switch, but I would not be picking this up.
Yeah, I mean, like Matt said, the silence kind of spoke for itself. I'm really at a loss of words for this. It's just, I don't know. There's no appeal to me. I mean, they didn't really even advertise it that much. You don't really see too much going on for that. There's no hype around it. Like, it's just something they put out to get a few bucks, and it's just, I want a new Pokemon title out, a new IP, well polished, really cool, new Pokemon, new adventure. Like, just, yeah, I don't see the point of getting this.
Yeah, I think with having it be on the Switch on an actual platform that has some power behind it, like processing power and all that stuff, I think they have the ability to introduce some really. I would hope they would be experimenting behind the scenes and trying to get some new gameplay mechanics or new RPG style elements that would be, like maybe like a Final Fantasy style combat system with Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like almost like it is kind of turn based, but like maybe you have more Pokemon you can fight at the same time besides 2. I don't know. Like do something just a little bit different with the battles to get people to want to play it. I think it's the same formula we've already have. Now it's just got a little bit better graphics, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I'm not too excited about it.
And Nintendo knows how to do that. I mean, look at the Zelda franchise. Every single Zelda game plays differently. Breath of the Wild plays completely different than Ocarina of Time. Right. Even though it's the same kind of story, same kind of idea, they change up the mechanics and they make it fun. Like, Nintendo knows how to do this. Just do it. Like,
yeah.
Get the creative people in there and just figure out how to make Pokemon really, really good.
Yeah, for sure. And they don't even really have to start making more Pokemon. You know what I mean? I know they will, but you have close to what, I don't even know, 500, 600 Pokemon now. I don't know. I don't even know.
I feel like it must be more than that.
It's got to
so
be more.
titles.
Yeah, it's got to be more than that. You know, 150 at a time for like 9 games. You know, just use what you got and just modify the mechanics right now, I guess. Yeah. All right. Fallout 76.
All right.
Matt, take it away.
Here goes. Okay, I bought Fallout 76 the day it came out. I played it with friends. I'm only going to play it with friends. I'm not even going to try playing it by myself. I think when you play with friends, it's going to be really fun because you are like with your buddies and you're goofing around and being doofuses and stuff like that, and you make things fun, and like it's got the MMO kind of feel where like all of a sudden you stumble on like a super high level monster and everything gets frantic and you're running away and people are being killed and you have to like leave them behind and all that stuff. So that's fun, but the game is horribly polished. It feels not finished at all. 100% feels early access. The graphics are actually okay. I'm actually content with the graphics. But the frames per second of the game on the regular is 20, maybe 30, probably between there. Sometimes it's just not good. Zach was playing it with me, and he said his eyes hurt the first night we played it because the FPS was so shitty. So, not polished. We've had tons of bugs. I switched the controls because they felt kind of weird to me. And then my button to accept things switched, and sometimes that button wouldn't get switched, so I was simultaneously closing out of a menu and accepting into a new menu, and it would just stop. Like I was trying to take a picture. Like there's this thing where you can like take pictures of stuff. So me and Zach were posing, and I couldn't take the picture because my new accept button was the old decline button, and they were like canceling each other out. So I was just sitting here being like, this is bullshit. So then I went back and like changed the controls, and then it was fine. But like so many bugs. I'm sure that they're going to keep working this out. They're going to keep doing up DLC, and they're going to keep updating it, which is good.
Yeah.
But just like we were playing the other day and there was no water in the stream. We were walking around being like, when are we crossing the stream? Like we're getting lost. And we're like, we're in the stream right now. And there was just no water. There was no water physics even. We were just like walking as if there was no water there. So to a person who saw water, whose game rendered water, I wonder what they saw for us. Just a bunch of weirdos like running like straight through a stream.
I
like
thought you were gonna say like we were halfway down the river and then the water spawned in and like washed you guys away and killed all of you. That'd be hilarious.
That would have been hilarious. No, that would have been cool. I would have been okay with that bug then. But no, it's extremely unpolished. I know Nick was kind of on the fence about getting it, and at this time I'm just like, do not buy it. But I mean, but honestly though, I have a good time playing it. If you're looking, it depends on what you're looking for.
I've seen a lot of early reviews say it's like one of the loneliest multiplayer games that's ever been made.
Wow, that's a statement.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's an exaggeration because, I think
everyone speaks in hyperbole now, so it's kind of hard to take it at face value.
But like the word, like all these YouTube, like that's the worst game ever released. Like I'm so mad. Like that's ridiculous. I don't feel like it's that lonely because it's like almost like an MMO, and like there's just people running around everywhere, and you always like wave to people, and I always play with a group of friends, so like I feel like it's kind of just got a different vibe because I see random people all over the place.
Sure.
But the holotape situation where there's no NPCs, you just listen to holotapes, the absolute worst. I don't listen to holotapes at all. I'll sometimes listen to them just because I either accidentally pushed the play button or I need to do it to advance like a storyline. I don't listen to that at all. I can't imagine someone being like, oh, instead of being immersed in a quest, I'd rather listen to it. Sure. No, I hate listening to things. It's just, I hate the holotape so much. The robots are kind of okay, it's fine. I think putting NPCs in would have made a lot more sense. I don't know why they didn't do that. But overall, I've only played it like a few times, but I've been having a pretty fun time with it. The crafting seems cool. The weapons seem kind of neat. The random quests, the events and stuff like that, they're fun. Like I have a good time with it. I just, unless you're like, if you're looking for just a fun thing to do with some friends, like to have another game night, because I have another game night each week now. If you're looking for some friends to just play games with, like it might be good. It might be fun. You'll probably be like us and have a good time with it. But if you're looking for like a polished game, you've got Red Dead Redemption and you've got Call of Duty, and maybe you get Battlefield 5, then don't get this game. You're not gonna miss. You're not gonna miss.
Yeah, you're not missing out. Okay.
Especially once Red Dead 2 Online comes out. I can't imagine. Like Zach has that too. I can't imagine being like, "Oh, should we play Fallout or Red Dead?" Hello, we're gonna play Red Dead. Okay, I'm not gonna imagine Fallout once Red Dead Online comes out. I probably still will a little bit because they're very different, but
Sure.
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
man,
so
really,
yeah, a lot
really
of video games
unloaded.
coming out. I think with the holidays really around the corner, there's a ton of video game news and a ton of video games being released. I
Yeah.
mean, 'tis the season, right? Like we talked
Right.
about it on our Christmas episode when we first started the show. Is like that's a staple. Like people just play a ton of video games around the holidays because everyone's home. You don't have to work. So yeah. All right, let's get into some music picks here to finish off the episode. So, what you guys got today?
To lead us off, I have the song called "Drip Too Hard," and it's by probably the softest rapper name I've ever heard, which is Lil Baby, featuring Gunna, which is a little bit harder. But this is just a cool, chill rap song. I haven't done a rap song in a while, so I wanted to kind of come back to it. This is one that was recommended to me, and it's a good one just to kind of bump in the car. It's got a really nice bass line to it, and it's got a good feel to it, good vibe, nice and chill. So yeah,
Nice.
Cool.
I was in a metal mood today, and I decided to do "The Air That I Breathe" by All That Remains. Great song. I mean, I haven't heard the song in a while, and it's just a classic metal song. And All That Remains is they're so talented, and I think the guitarist just died from there, Ollie or whatever his name was. So R.I.P. to him, and we lost a good one because he was a phenomenal guitarist.
My song is an interesting pick. It's Little Mix, which I really actually like. They're kind of like Fifth Harmony. They're like a pop girls group, kind of like Spice Girls, I guess. And they had a new album that came out like a few days ago called LM5, and it's actually pretty interesting. The first song I like, the only song I really picked is called "Woman Like Me." I'm pretty sure it features Nicki Minaj, and I just thought that was a good vibe. Yeah, you should check it out, Alan. It's pretty good. But some of the other ones, like one of them, like sounded like it was gonna be like real heavy, and then when I don't know, it sounded dumb. I was just like, this is weird. But "Woman Like Me" I really liked, so pretty cool.
Cool.
The CD a little bit more.
Nice. Good picks, guys. Hey, speaking of female bands, did you guys hear about this all-female metal band called Love Bites? It's been making its way around the internet for a little bit.
Yeah, I did hear them.
What do you guys think of that?
These chicks shred. They're talented.
Oh. The music video is hilarious too. It's very stereotypical metal. Like they're on like a beach or like a cliffside. They a lot of wide panning shots. You just hear double bass drum in the background, and then they zoom in on them, and it's like there's wind blowing. And it's very old school metal. I love it. It's great.
I just think it's so funny how like it's these Japanese chicks though, and they have these very stoic like expressions on their face, so they're not really like going hard, rocking it out, or like doing some crazy headbanging and stuff going. They're just kind of like there, but they're like just tearing up their freaking guitars and stuff. Yeah. It's really funny.
Matt, what do you think about this?
I like it. I think it's cool.
I know you're not a big metal guy, but
no, not really. But I like the vibe. I like the scene that's being created by that. I support that.
It makes me want to go listen to some Dragon Force or something like Through the Fire and Flames. It's just got that, vibe to it. Yeah.
Not a casual listen though.
Not a casual listen. Casual listen. No, definitely not. But shout out to Love Bites. Good on you. Bringing metal back. All right. As always, if you want to get in touch with us, you can find us at TheTorrentPod on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, as well as our email at thetorrentpodcast@gmail.com. Be sure to look out for merchandise sales now that the holidays are right around the corner, and also still keep an eye on our Twitch stream. One day, Matt and I will have the confidence to Twitch Call of Duty Black Ops without being completely embarrassed. But yeah, and then also, obviously once Red Dead rolls out the multiplayer, we're definitely going to be streaming that, regardless of what happens, because that's going to be some debauchery. Shenanigans, yeah. All right, guys, cool. This has been an episode of The Torrent. We'll see you next time. Well, that's it for this episode of The Torrent. Thank you all for listening. Download, rate, and subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast service. If you want to get in contact with us, feel free to send us an email, thetorrentpodcast@gmail.com. You can also get in touch with us on Facebook and Twitter @TheTorrentPod. We'll see you guys next time.